Hi. It's been a little while. It's great to be back, and it's great to see you guys again. So, any announcements? Quick rundown of the way the read is gonna go. We are about to shuffle through and we'll pull your tarot. Then we're gonna change the camera angle, get some clarifiers, and talk about the read a bit more. I just want to be clear before we get into the read about what my intentions are. You know, it's been a little bit since I've been releasing readings for you guys, and I feel the need to so I feel that the intention is very important. So what we're asking for here is information about what needs to be known, what needs to come out, and the stuff that we talk about, the stuff that comes out, we address it to the end of figuring out how to work the energy in our favor, you know, especially the messages that are on the heavier side. I've always been a bit skeptical. No disrespect to anyone, but I've always been a bit skeptical of readers who deliver messages that are always positive, because we know that's not real. And I feel as though I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't talk about the heavier things that come up, if they do, to bring them to your attention so that you can prepare. And the good things that come out, we'll appreciate them, and we'll give them just as much attention, right? So that's my spiel. So let me get a few more shuffles and we'll get started. And by the way, you know, if there's something that comes through in this read that helps you, I encourage you to give the video a like. It'll do great things for the algorithm so that someone else can find it, and that it can help someone else. I'm just so tired of seeing comments where someone says that the video should have more views, and there's not really anything that I can do about that. My part is to make the video, right, and then post it. But if you guys enjoy it, you know, just be sure to like it. It would really help in terms of exposure. And it's interesting I say that, exposure, and I just cut the deck and the sun card is there. Wow, this is gonna be a positive read. I can feel it. This is real nice. All right. Just want one more. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So 10 of Pentacles, I'm getting legacy energy, legacy vibes. I think that there's something that you're building here that will be long lasting. There's a lot that's coming to fruition for you, Aries. There's a lot that's coming to a head. And it's interesting because like this is your season, and what I'm being told is that you will harvest in your season. Fruits are ripe in your season, and there is so much work that's behind this. And I think that we don't always talk about that when we get to 10 of Pentacles. We don't always talk about it. We don't always talk about, we see the old man on the chair there, or I'm being told it's a throne. We see the old man on the throne there, but what we don't always talk about is that age, right? What we don't always talk about is the time that it takes, the amount of effort, the lifetime of of experience that has gone into cultivating something of value. And there is something that you have cultivated that is very valuable here, something very substantial. And there's so much gratitude too. Gratitude for all of this good, but also gratitude for the bad. And this is reminding me of a conversation that I had with one of my old friends. If you guys don't mind a quick side story, that I had with one of my oldest friends at a holiday dinner. So what came up, we were just catching up and and thinking about our time together, our journey together, our life path, the things that we've experienced together, and good and bad, right? And there was something that I went through in my life that was particularly difficult, and it's not the kind of thing that I'll talk about here. It's more so the kind of thing that we talk about on the podcast. Anyways, but there was something that was particularly hard for me to deal with. But it's something that I wouldn't wish on anyone. That was very difficult, but the way that my life has taken off, this is my testimony. I know, and I can say proudly that no matter how difficult it was, I'm still so grateful for the experience. I'm so grateful for the experience because, and life gives us those moments where we're kind of shaken. We're given the shake that we need to course correct, to set things straight. And it was very much one of those moments. And while I was going through it, it might not have been something that I appreciated, that I enjoyed, but because I'm so, blessed, I in acknowledging how blessed I am, and in acknowledging how grateful I am when I pray, I have to also thank God for the trials. I have to also be thankful for the tribulations, because they have made me who I am today. And that is what I feel that some of you can relate to when we're talking about gratitude. And that's why I bring that story up. It reminds me of that conversation that we had, and that realization rather that I had in that moment. Well, I didn't have the realization in that exact moment. That's kind of how I've been feeling. But when someone asked about it, that was my response. And this is, I know that you guys are warriors too. I know that you guys are fighters too. There are some people who are trying to fight you. But you're the god of war. Like, is there even, like, there's no competition, really. I'm hearing finish them, like Mortal Kombat. The strength card, 6 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you could be dealing with an earth sign. Money looks good. 6 of Wands and the strength is the recognition of how affluent you are. This is that gratitude that we were picking up on. Can you feel that coming off of those cards? Here, I'll put it this way, because I don't know how the camera's flipped, but can you feel that gratitude coming off of these two cards? Powerful, absolutely powerful. And it's like this gratitude begets more opportunities. This recognition begets more opportunities. You're seen for those years of experience. You're seen for what you are able to contribute. You're seen for the value add that you are in the lives of others. I'm claiming this read. That's for sure. I'm claiming this read. Yes, we knew it was here. But, you know, I don't even really want to dignify this as a fight, because as we said, there is no competition. It's like you're the clear winner here. It's not always about winning, but it's like when you walk by faith and when you have integrity, it's really hard for someone to destroy that. It's really hard for someone to rob you of that. Integrity is one of those things that you can't teach. It's one of those things that you either have to be born with or that you have to work to exhibit, that you have to work to practice. And you know, if I feel as though you fall into one of those categories, right? Either this is just the way that you live your life, or this is something that you have worked at. This is something that you have cultivated over the years, and it's like you wear it like armor. It's like your aura is seen before your aura is felt before people see you. You may notice that when you're out in public, people stare at you, or it's like they don't want to be weird, so they look away, but they keep looking back at you, trying to hear what you're talking about. Especially if your voice is within earshot and they can't really make out what you're saying, but there's just something inviting about your energy, inviting about your intonation, the way that you string sentences together. It's like it's intriguing. How do I feel like there are some who are fighting over something that is yours? Yeah. There's a lot of back and forth. Yeah. The air signs in your life are wilding out right now, but none of it. I just got a notification. And she's a Pisces, so I know I'm like, my intuition is on point with that one. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra, speaking of those air signs. Yeah. There are some who are wilding out right now, and it's like it has something to do with you, but at the same time, it doesn't have anything to do with you, because it's more so about, it's about them and it's about their perspective and it's about how they see it, but it is concerning you. It's about concerning that value that you have. It's about concerning some of you are well, okay, I'm gonna say it like this. They're just gonna have to be upset. They're just gonna have to be upset because it's like there's nothing that they can do about it. So that's why it just seems like a waste of time. It's petty, it's useless. There's a lot of bickering. I'm also hearing quarrel. But you're not participating. I don't think that you guys know that this is going on. And it's like you're just so focused on gratitude. You're so focused on what you're building. You're so focused on being a good person. And it's like there's a lot of this contentious energy is going on. It's in the ethers. But it's about them. And about what they feel like they can't have. Mm-hmm. They are not happy. Like, they are pressed. They are pressed. Okay, so we're gonna pull 2 cards from the Angel Tarot, kind of as a any additional messages that we need to know. Ten of Wands, 4 of Swords, 10-4. Yeah, you may be seeing 40 a lot, or 41. Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. Also 14 could be a significant number for you. Somebody wants you to text them. Want one more, I think. Thanks. So we are going to look at these first because it has letters, signs, months, words, phrases on it. And if any of these resonate with you, I think it'll help to determine if this reading was something that you were meant to hear. Although, you know, you probably already picked up on that if this is your read, but this will help. Either your or someone else's name could start with an S, a T, or a U. Wow, I definitely said I was claiming this read, and as an Aries, you know, whose name starts with T, isolation, Libra, we said that, the month of October, the month of September, text me, Pisces, we also said that, the month of July, courage, let's just kiss and say goodbye, intimidation, pride. So I said something in the first part about, we'll get to that. First things first, just to kind of take it from the top here briefly, there's a lot that you have, there's something very established here. And it's interesting because there is something that you have established for yourself. There's something that you've cultivated, but also at the same time, there is something that you are being granted. It's like there's more that's coming your way. There's more that you're stepping into here. And all of these wins it's a point of contention for some people around you, and it's causing some upset. Not everybody's going to be happy that you're winning, or if they are happy that you're winning, they'll be happy in the moment and build you up and say that they're really happy for you, only to attempt to tear you down in some way, shape, or form. And the way that takes form, when they try to tear you down, you're gonna know, because it's gonna be like a polar opposite. It's gonna be completely different than how they were talking to you prior. And I would say that that version of themselves is the one that you should believe in. And I've said something in the first part about some of this stuff happening and that you don't know, and I actually don't think that is true. I'm gonna take that one back. You do know. What it is more accurately is that you don't care. And you don't care for a couple different reasons. One of them we spoke to is that you're just so preoccupied with being grateful. You're so preoccupied with being thankful for having made it through, for having survived, having lived long enough to experience all of this good that's in your life. And that second reason is there's not much that you can really do about other people's feelings in this regard. What are you supposed to do? Stop working hard and stop trying to attain things for yourself? Are you supposed to stop trying to be happy to please other people? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And I think that you can think of a couple relationships where you know that someone is not genuinely happy for you, or it's that they're happy for you, but they also at the same time wish it was them. And how you handle those relationships, the wise thing would be to quit them if you don't want to just cut it off cold turkey. But a enemy posing as your friend is more dangerous than an enemy who is honest about the fact that they are an enemy. So the air signs are wilding out. And maybe, as a fellow fire sign, we can talk about this. The air signs kind of always are dangerous territory for us, because, air, it makes fire expand. Wildfires have been caused by fire that is spreading rapidly because of a combination of air and also the dryness of the land. So just air signs as a personality type, they have the ability to bring out or magnify certain things within you. And there are some air signs who I feel that maybe you don't like the product of your interacting with each other. It could be a positive influence. It could be that gust of air that you need, that breathes life into a campfire that brings warmth, right? But too much of it, or if it's too aggressive, or if it's too strong, someone's gonna get burned. And you, who is someone that is forged in fire, it's not likely that it's going to be you. You have a lot of haters here, and they're making fools of themselves. They are exposing themselves. That's also what that exposure, even though I was, just talking casually about these videos reaching a wider audience, I do think that that was also a message here for what's about to play out, or for what's playing out here as well. These people are being exposed, or they're bringing about their own exposure, and it's because it's being done by way of voice. It's something that they're saying. They can't keep their name out of your mouth. I love the 10 of Wands that's here. That is beautiful. This is giving me completion, kind of mirroring the 10 of Pentacles there. There is a rejuvenation that you could be, perhaps some of you feel restored to your former glory, and you feel like that restoration process is complete. Maybe you have been trying to find motivation to maybe just been trying to find motivation for whatever, and you're at 100% as far as attainment is concerned. I do think that you should take moments to rest where you need them and as you need them, but it's like there's just so much to do. So I get it. I get it. But what I'll say is, if you feel like resting, rest. Listen to your body. Listen to your spirit. Listen to the spirit. And rest when you need it. Now, this one that came out, I'm gonna step away for a second and get the book. So this one is ostentation, and I know what ostentatious means, but I just really felt compelled to pull out the book on this one so we can kind of get an understanding of what this means in the context of your reading. The images are certainly very interesting, but this is Saturn and Taurus. And the description of this card, so Venus rides a sea bull surrounded by cherubim and dolphins. The planet Venus rules the sign of Taurus and represents the romantic, pleasure-loving nature of the sign. Above, a rich woman drives a golden chariot drawn by white bulls. Some of you could have a white car. For Saturn Taurians, so you don't necessarily have to have this placement, but I am going to read it so we can understand a bit more about this card, and then we'll attempt to tie in here. For Saturn Taurians, ambition is served by the material achievements gained through a great ability to sense the value, keyword, of things, and also to make them grow. There is a powerful materialistic overtone to the Saturn Taurus persona that can show as an obsessive concern for money, selfishness, and a need to show off. A fear of losing face can override all other matters, and someone with this planet sign combination is anxious to maintain the status quo at all costs. There is also, however, a romantic, even artistic overtone to this card that usually relates to abilities with money or personal profit. The nature of Saturn in any sign is to control. And when this combines with the stubborn and fixed nature of Taurus, it hardens the somewhat easygoing, pleasure-loving qualities of the sign. Saturn Taurians have a tendency to use other people's generosity or sponsorship to further their own needs. If this card appears in a reading in response to a question concerning possessions or finance, It indicates a steady and continuous improvement with a strong application to duty and responsibilities. It is significant of the ostentation card that although one may be doing the right thing in terms of ambition and economics, it will not usually make the questioner very popular. With regard to timing, the effects of this card are not easy to throw off and may maintain their pressure for a long period. In terms of events, the temptation to scheme to gain a material advantage, choosing the most impressive, status-enhancing option, or a financial commitment. So there's a lot of loaded messages in this card, and this is so eerily appropriate because it really speaks to a lot of what we were picking up on. Yes, there are some people that are going to have to be upset with your rise. There are also some people who see your rise and they want to ride your coattails. They want to be a part of that. They want to be a part of that in an effort to take advantage of your sponsorship in order to sponsor, their life or their needs. I do think that you're stepping into a very affluent part of your life right now. And I think that you should embrace it. You should enjoy it. Don't allow anyone to make you feel guilty for achieving, and don't allow anyone to use you, Aries. You're so generous, and that's not something that a lot of people talk about. Aries is a very generous sign. You could argue, are you an emperor, which is your card in the tarot? Are you an emperor if you don't have a kingdom? If you don't have those who look up to you, if you don't have those who you provide for and protect? You are generous, very generous by nature, and there are people who are trying to take advantage of that. But they're all being revealed. I think that they may do a song and dance to try to get you to win you over, to get you to give to them, but you see through it. And some of them, depending on the person, you may give still. And you have your reasons. And I'm not going to judge you for them, and I don't think that you should let anyone else judge you for them. But I just want you to practice discernment and know the difference between those who are worth investing in and worth being generous with, and those who are not. Those who, when they get a wind of what you're doing, when they get a whiff of where you are in your life, they want to participate. I hope this reading was helpful to you. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you found it insightful. Go ahead and hit that like button for me so that it could help someone else. Another way that you could support the channel, if you'd like, is to watch any of the ads that are on the video. I know that the YouTube powers that be there are ads on these videos, so that would help support the channel as well. And that'll make it so I can do more of these for you, because I really enjoy it, and I would love it if this reading were to reach someone that it would really have a positive effect on their life. So I thank you for your assistance with that. I love you. God bless you. I'll see you next time.